everyone, welcome to the Midjourney workshop. A huge thank you to each of you who subscribed. Today we will dive into Midjourney's creative tools, techniques and workflow, all designed to help bring your ideas to life. Let's get started. I am Prakash Kumararajan, specialized in visual effects and animation. I work closely with filmmakers and content creators using hybrid tools to bring their vision to life. Before we start the workshop, I want to mention one of my favorite movies, I, Robot. There is a line in the film that feels very relevant to today's trend in AI technology. It's interesting how the ideas in the movie are starting to come true in our world. As you know, there are many resources available online and in the help files for Midjourney. Instead of going deep into those details, I would like to share my personal workflow. This approach has been particularly helpful for creating visuals for storyboards, concept art, pitch decks, and more. By focusing on practical techniques that I use, I hope to provide you with valuable insights that you can apply to your own projects. Even though we don't know exactly how the tools we use work, it's important to have discussion about ethics. To use these tools responsibly, I follow two main rules. First, I show respect for artists by not using their names or images without the permission. Second, I believe in transparency. I always label any AI-generated content clearly. This helps build trust in our creative work. By sticking to these principles, I aim to help create a more respectful creative community. What is Midjourney? Midjourney is an AI image generation tool that creates images from text prompts. Users can provide both text and images to guide the generation process. This allows for precise and tailored image creation, influencing style and composition. How does this Midjourney differs from other AI tools? For me, I like its unique artistic rendering capabilities. And Midjourney appeals to various creative fields and has a vibrant community where users share their creations, tips and ideas. These are some of the renders created in Midjourney. So the goal of this workshop is not to generate a random good-looking image, rather to generate art directable images which can convey or narrate a good story for directors, content creators, etc. Midjourney is available to use within Discord as well as through a new web interface. While the web interface is newly launched and doesn't yet have all the features available in Discord, it still allows us to run most functions and settings. For certain advanced settings, Discord remains the go-to platform, but the web interface is quickly catching up. You can refer the listed URL for command list, parameter list, and quick start guide. And coming into Midjourney workflow, there is no specific workflow to be followed for using Midjourney. The workflow depends on the individual users. For me, the below 8 steps works well for most of the output. It's not mandatory to follow all the 8 steps to get your required output, but you can start practicing these 8 steps to get a grip onto the Midjourney workflow. Now we are going to write our first prompt. Inside Midjourney, there is no strict rules or strict prompt structures to be followed while writing the prompt. It's purely user dependent, but personally I prefer to have a prompt structure, not a single prompt structure, but a multiple prompt structure or a library of prompt structure based on the project requirement or image requirement. Additionally, this prompt structure helps me to organize or streamline the workflow among the team members while working as a team. Now let's start creating our first image inside Midjourney. This is the Midjourney web interface. The left hand side you can find the menus, explore, you can look into the public images, create. this is where you create your personalized images. This is a prompt window, and this is the settings. It got the image size. These are self-explanatory: portrait, square, and landscape. In the model, there are two available: standard and raw. Standard will have more of Midjourney's model influence. Raw will move away from Midjourney aesthetic influence. It will be more on a real side. Version, I usually go with the newest or latest version. Personalize. This works based on your ratings. Like if we go on to task, so these are the ranking task available. So you can start teaching Midjourney the kind of styles, the kind of images, whatever you like. You can press 1 for left, 2 for right, and 3 for skip. So based on this ranking, your personalization value will work. So as of now, we'll keep it off. These aesthetics we will cover in the later session. Cute dog. Single prompt will create 4 variations of 4 different images. So you can choose whichever you like. So this is our first simple prompt. Now we will recreate the same image using our standard prompt structure. In our case, a cute dog. These are the 4 output, and the right hand side you can see the roles where you can select all the old images. On the right hand side you can find the prompt used on the attributes: aspect ratio 4:3, style is raw, version and stylized to 0. In the settings, if you want to go more towards stylized or futuristic or sci-fi based images, you can increase this stylization value. We will try the same prompt by increasing the stylization. To reuse the same prompt, just you can come here and click use. Same prompt will be shown here. Just remove the attributes. Just click enter. So this will go more away from the real style or real design. Next we will create a product backshot example using the same prompt structure. Now we will create a image for a product backshot using our prompt structure. Our main subject can be this is our output. The text which has been created are not perfect enough in Midjourney. This can be edited using your image editor tool. This comes close to a prompt with a glass and plastic cap. Next we will be creating consistent characters inside Midjourney. To create a consistent character inside Midjourney, we need to provide image of the character as reference along with the prompt. You can use images generated from Midjourney as reference, as it works well compared to your own photograph or your friend's photograph. We will create a portrait. We can use any one of these characters as reference. This is the prompt. We will use this image as reference. So in this image thumbnail, you can see 3 buttons. First is character reference, second is style reference, third is the image prompt reference. In our case, we'll be using this image as character reference. So just make sure use as character reference is turned on. Press enter key. This is how consistency can be achieved. You can use multiple images also as character reference. Next, we'll look into the method how to achieve better camera angles and composition inside Midjourney. Use additional images as reference for both prompt and style to get better camera angle and composition. Like in this example, this will be our prompt. A woman chased by a buffalo from behind at a distance in the New York City road. For this image will be used as prompt reference. For lighting or style, I will use this style reference, this character for character reference. Just I will try a version. This method is efficient. Instead of using just prompt to get the correct angle and composition, we might need to go for multiple iteration of changing the prompt and other elements. But with this image as reference, with a quicker iteration or lesser iteration, we can achieve the required result. Next, we look into in-paint method available in Midjourney. In this example, you can see the final image where the backdrop is composed with dog, man and a spaceship, but this has been in-painted stage by stage. Like first the background has been generated, the man has been in-painted, after that the dog has been in-painted, and finally the spaceship has been in-painted. So once you have the needed storyboard or idea on your mind, so you can separate the scene according to the depth or position, like in this area 1, 2, 3, 4. So this particular scene or shot is divided into 4 elements and in-painted one by one inside Midjourney. This will give you more control compared to a single prompt controlling all the elements of a scene or a shot. So now, before going into in-painting, I would like to share a couple of action buttons available in Midjourney. Once the image has been generated, just click on that images, which will open up a enlarged window. On the right hand side, you can find creation action buttons. By default, the more options would be turned off. So you can turn on all the buttons, whichever is needed or according to your requirement. I usually keep all the buttons on. So vary is used to vary the generated image in a subtle manner or a strong manner. Subtle will not change the look and feel of the image. Strong will try to change the image. Upscale similarly will not change any image. Creative will try to change the textures, lighting, retaining the core concept like tree, landscape, mountain, sky will be, other than that the texture lighting will be played in a creative manner. Remix will try to enhance the prompt, like retaining the old prompt. You can add so this is how the remix button works. Pan will try to extend the canvas in the respective direction, like top, bottom, left, right. And this I'll try to expand the right hand side, so that I'll try to add some character. Similarly, zoom will zoom out the composition or canvas according to this number, 1.5 times or 2 times. Editor is a new feature available in Midjourney. So this is the remixed version, requested for eagle sitting in the foreground. This is remix option. Similarly, this is extension on the right hand side. So we will try to use this one for our in painting. So here, this is our canvas. So our final scene is a tree with eagle and the dog sitting on the foreground, each on the left side and right side. And the top, we can see a Saturn or a different planet or a moon. More the space available, the better the results will be. We'll use this version. Just go to editor. Before going into next chapter, we'll have a small recap of what are the elements we have discussed. First, we started with our Midjourney workflow, the 8 steps which can be followed. Next, we created our first prompt using a simple prompt structure. Second, we created a product pack shot images using the similar prompt structure. Consistent character has been achieved using character reference image. Better camera angle and composition has been achieved using character reference along with style reference and prompt reference. Finally, we explored the in-paint method in Midjourney to create a better composition of arranging characters or props by segregating the shot into multiple elements. Now, by combining all the points which has been discussed in our previous chapter, we'll be creating a storyboard or pitch deck to drive Midjourney in a more creative and or directable way. As discussed earlier, AI is not cheap, so we should be well prepared to make use of fast hours available in Midjourney as efficient as possible. So in this scenario, to create our storyboard or pitch deck, so we got the script and breakdown of the script has been done, and this is the rough storyboard which has been done using storyboarder and blender to give a rough idea of how the shot will look in terms of lensing and other things. And this is the reference of how the characters will look, what is the style of the environment, and how the spaceship or the props available in the script will look like. So once we have these elements in hand, so we will start using Midjourney to create better renders or better composition version to add it in our pitch deck. Midjourney works both in web interface and Discord interface. Currently we are looking into a Discord interface. We'll share certain glimpse of Discord interface before moving into storyboard process. So this is a Midjourney bot. Also click on the Midjourney bot. Here you can start with the slash, which lists out all the commands available for Midjourney. Info is the basic command where you can see the info about yourself and your subscription. Slash settings will give out the information on your settings which has been applied. Help, give you the link to the basic help web link. 1 command which comes in handy is describe command. Like in our scenario, just you can drag and drop basic storyboard, and you can ask the Midjourney Discord bot to describe that particular storyboard, which will give you the basic prompt or the prompt structure, how your image has been visualized by Midjourney. Just use this prompt. This is our basic prompt. We'll start adding this is our final completed image. When we compare our initial storyboard, so these are the steps which we have followed. Initial prompt from the describe command. This is not a mandatory, but just one more option to get you started. So once you have the basic prompt, you edited it and created a first image. Then using character as reference, you created one more image, and using the storyboard as reference, prompt reference, you created one more image. So now you got character reference, style reference, and prompt reference. So from there, you rerun the command a couple of times to get your final image. This is our first storyboard or pitch deck image, which has been created using prompt, basic storyboard image, and the style reference, character reference, and image reference command. Next, we will create one more image using the same method. Now we are creating our second pitch deck or storyboard image. This will be our prompt, spaceship landing on a red dystopian environment. Red is not a mandatory one. Let's look something closer to our requirement. So now we will start adding our reference images on top of it. Character reference. In this scenario, spaceship is our character. Next, environment. This will be our style. This will be our prompt. And additionally, for this particular environment, we can use our storyboard, as there is character over here. I'm getting that reference, so submit. So now the character has been removed. Use the same prompt just by replacing it. Similarly, we can use multiple prompt. So just draw on top of the element which you want to get erased. So without changing the any prompt, submit it. So that particular element will get erased. This looks good. This is a final result of the storyboard or pitch deck which has been created using the techniques of workflow which has been discussed in our earlier chapter. So to recap, these are the storyboard plates, these are the character reference, style or scene reference, and this is also a character prop reference for the second shot. This is for the first shot. One of the coolest features available in Midjourney is style reference code. You can use the command sref to input different codes to generate images in different styles. Suppose this is our prompt and style reference random. Style reference random will create a random code and generate our output with a random style. There are various styles available in the internet where users have shared their own preferred style. This code will help us in retaining the consistency throughout the storyboard. Lifelong support is available in our Wild VFX Discord server. Please use the link to join the server and post your queries in the respective channel. Once you are inside our server, you can find various channels available here. Workshop chat category, you can find Midjourney _WF. This is where you can post your queries regarding this particular workshop. So I myself or my team will be available here to answer all your queries. On top of that, you can explore the marketplace where you can find free assets available to use for your personal and production projects. Thank you all for joining the Midjourney workshop. If you have any questions, feel free to connect with us on the Wild VFX Discord channel. Thanks again and happy creating.